Welcome back to Ruthless Metal, and in today's video we're going to check out the worst album covers in metal. And the artworks that we're going to look at today were so bad that they sometimes even ruined these bands' careers. From covers that looks like children's drawings to some Photoshop accidents. So make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on future uploads here on the Ruthless Metal channel. So let's kick this video off with some dishonorable mentions. And first up we have Pantera with Metal Magic, and I must say that this one is rather ridiculous. It's some sort of man cat or something like that. It looks pretty bad in my opinion. And then we have Deafheaven Sunbather, and this is actually a metal record of some sorts, even though it looks like some type of tropical house album or something like that. And then we have AC/DC's Fly on the Wall, and this one is just hideous. And we also have Amorphis, and these type of album covers are probably the worst in my opinion. I prefer the hand-drawn stuff compared to these modern Photoshop train wrecks. And this is Torch and their self-titled album, and even though this record was great, the cover art looked a bit strange. I personally don't hate these 80s cover arts, but I can understand why some people thought that this one was weird. And Riot had some strange album covers as well. And what made those weird was their mascot, the Man-Seal guy or whatever we should call him. But I'm glad that their albums were great, but maybe these ridiculous album covers hurt their career a bit. And this is Fistful of Metal by Anthrax, and I personally think that this is a cool album cover. But this one was mentioned several times when I asked for examples of ugly covers. So I guess we had to include this one as well. And I wonder what the heck Black Sabbath was thinking when they chose this artwork for their album Technical Ecstasy. And there were also a ton of ugly glam metal covers back in the day, and this Kingpin album might be the worst of them all. And some bands just tried to be weird, I guess, like Pink Bubbles Go Ape by Helloween. And that album had both a weird title and a weird artwork. And the 80s Thrashers Wehrmacht's Shark Attack just looked ridiculous. This one was close to be on my top 10. And Tankard's Kings of Beer is rather ugly, but I guess that was their aim, so even though I think that this one is bad, I've seen worse. And Acid Rain also had several ugly album covers, but I guess that was their goal. And I think unintentionally ugly album covers are what we're really looking for here. But this one is obnoxious, that's for sure. And then we have Manowar's anthology album that are often mentioned as one of the worst, and maybe it is, it's definitely corny, I can admit that. But I think I've seen worse. So let's get on to my top 10 list of worst album covers in metal. And in 10th place we have Messiah with Extreme Cold Weather. And they were one of the pioneering extreme metal bands of the late 80s, and maybe this album would have been received a little better if they didn't put a photo of a polar bear on it. And in 9th place we have the UK Thrashers Reanimator and their album Laughing. And this one is so goddamn ugly that I don't even know what to say about it. And in 8th place we have another thrash metal band, and that is Snow White and their album Act of God. A brilliant thrash metal album by the way, but I guess that old grannies in pink light doesn't sell thrash metal albums that well. And in 7th place we have Scorpions, the Kings of Cringe, and they also released many horrible artworks, and I have no idea what this cover represents, it's just weird. And in 6th place we have Wolf and their self-titled album, and this drawing just looks so funny to me. It's so weird, I don't know what's wrong with it, but yeah. And in 5th place we have Striper's album Can't Stop the Rock, and I hate this cover art so much. The font is absolutely hideous, and I would actually hesitate to buy this album after seeing this cover. And in 4th place we have Bananas by Deep Purple, and I wonder what the heck they were thinking here. It's probably some type of joke, I guess. Let's go bananas and put bananas on the artwork or something like that. Either way, it was a bad idea. And in 3rd place we have Razer X Superheroes, And this record is from the year 2000, and back then people had no taste, to be honest. And in second place we have the Photoshop accident known as Dance of Death by Iron Maiden. And I really wonder why such a big and famous band like Iron Maiden couldn't get a better artwork for their album than this. It's still a mystery to me. And now it's time for the ugliest artwork in heavy metal history. And it goes to Metal Church and their 1993 album Hanging in the Balance. It's pink, it's hideous, it's not metal, but it was still chosen to be the album cover for Hanging in the Balance. Which is a great record, by the way, definitely worth listening to. But I don't think anyone bought the album for its cover art, that's for sure. So that's the worst album covers in my opinion, but feel free to let me know if I missed any down in the comments section below. And I'm going to show you a few other dishonorable mentions in just a moment, but before we do that, I want to remind you guys to join my Discord server if you want to discuss metal, vote and contribute to future videos. It's linked down below, and you can find my Facebook group and my Spotify links down there as well. And don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And tap that bell icon as well, so you get notified the next time I upload a video to the channel. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye bye.